All right, welcome one and all to the Off the Rails Sports Podcast. We're going to do a review of Thursday Night Football. If you could, hit that like and subscribe button, leave a question, leave a comment, tell me to F off. They're all applicable. They're all warranted. Have you ever been in an abusive relationship, physically, mentally, emotionally? Well, I hope you haven't. Seems like I am. I'm a Dolphin fan. And I am just wondering, can I call the cops because this abuse really needs to end? I need an intervention. I don't know how I can move off this team. I love Don Shula, big Don Shula fan. I grew up Catholic. He was an ardent Catholic, always went to church. Dan Marino was just amazing. You know, Mark Duper, Clayton, beating the Bears when they were going to go undefeated on the Monday night game. Just amazing stuff. Well, that's obviously in the rearview mirror. These Dolphins are so bad. They are so frustrating. I'm also a Red Sox fan. Obviously, that probably labels me as a goddamn masochist. But man, the Dolphins, what are we looking at? Look, Mike McDaniel, in his first 2 years, got them to the playoffs. Last year, they came up just a game short. We've started out 0-3. And last year, at the beginning of the year, we signed a huge, lucrative extension for Tua. And I thought most of the podcasters, the Dan Patricks, people like that were like, I don't know if I'd give it to him. I don't know if I'd give it to him. You're only bidding against yourself. And I always think that's foolishness, because to actually get a legitimate starting quarterback in the NFL, and I'm even going to say top 12, right? Basically top third of the league. That's a hard thing. That is a real goddamn hard thing. And I thought Tua was that guy. Yeah, okay, maybe. Maybe there's some concussion problems, things like that. Obviously we still have to love the fact we took him before Justin Herbert. But I thought, okay. And then he gets injured. Oh my God. Out 6 games. We missed the playoffs. I had them over 9.5. Yeah, that didn't work out well. And now we're rolling into this year. And we saw the Colt game at the beginning of the season, and the Colts basically mocked him afterwards. It was a smashing. It was a smash mouth. And they said, look, if you take away Tua's first read, he has nowhere to go. And I am flummoxed because we have 2 of the best wide receivers out there in Tyreek Hill. Granted, emotionally, maturity-wise, he may be a challenge. But we also got Jaden Waddle, right? And it makes me wonder, with these 2 speed burners, how come we can't get 8 yards on every slant? I mean, the touchdown to Waddle today was basically, and Kurt Herbstreit was alluding to it like, the defensive back for Buffalo is giving them a lot of room. God dang right you are. You got to give a lot of room to Tyreek Hill and Waddle because they're so bloody fast. If you don't give them a cushion, they are literally going to be by you. How are we this inept? How are we 0-3? We lose to the Patriots at home? Then we roll into Buffalo. Wow, here's our moment. We finally covered the point spread. Wow, amazing. Yeah, we covered the 12. Wow. Moral victories. Then we see Stephen Ross, the owner, saying that he's not really looking to pull the trigger on Mike McDaniel. I don't think Mike McDaniel is really the problem. I think it's our GM, old Chris. He likes big stars. Oh, okay. You want to sign Tua? You want to sign Tyreek? You want to get Jalen? You want to sign Jalen Ramsey? Oh, what a shock. Jalen Ramsey didn't like it. Just like he didn't like every other place he's ever been in. Good luck with that, Pittsburgh. Let's see how long that lasts. And I don't understand for the life of me why we don't have a backup quarterback in Miami. I know we didn't need it yet. The starter's been terrible. It really doesn't matter. But that shows you where the GM is. How come we don't have a competent... Look, Cincinnati. Joe Burrow goes out, and the backup leads them to a late score to win the game against Jacksonville. Do you think that could happen in Miami? Christ effing no. Not even maybe. Maybe Dan Marino's got a kid. Maybe he could be the backup quarterback. Of course, if he was competent, we know Chris wouldn't sign him. Chris Greer, thank you. I just watched the game. And if you're a Dolphin fan, you just know how it was going to end up. Josh Allen is just so much better. Tua, 22 of 34, 146. And literally, how is this guy only getting 7 yards per completion with those two burners? I mean, really? What are you going to tell me? They're boxing you in? Come on. 2 touchdowns, late interception as they were trying to drive to tie up the score at the end of the game. Sorry, not sorry. Buffalo returns it, gets a late field goal for the 10 points. Josh Allen was really good with his feet, with his arm. 3 touchdowns, 22 of 28, 213. And it does amaze me, how these guys, how do you stop them? I really am always amazed when a defense can stop an offense and get them to punt. If there isn't a penalty, I swear it takes an act of God, or the Miami Dolphins, because they are so bloody incompetent. That's how it goes. Rushing, Cook was amazing. He had a $108, 1 touchdown, 19 attempts. If you had him on your fantasy league, you're looking really good. Tyreek Hill, 49 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 receptions. Standard stuff. Kincaid was actually really good for Buffalo. 66 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 receptions. And, Miami, it was one of those games you didn't expect for them to be competitive. This is the illusion that's Miami. Oh, we have a chance. Oh, there's a glimmer of hope. No, that glimmer of hope is a train barreling down on you. All right, Buffalo Bills 3-0 atop the AFC East. Miami in the bottom, 0-3, and that's saying a lot when you got the Jets in your division. Yeah, just saying. All right, that's all I got to say about that game. Leave your comments if you want. Hit the subscribe if you hate what I say. If you're a Bill fan, and look, all kudos to the Bills. They just outplayed us. They outplayed us top to bottom. All right, leave a comment, and we'll see you soon on Off the Rails Sports Podcast.